New one. Okay, let's talk about false hope. This one's an interesting one. I've definitely struggled with in my kind of life and my career. False hope that something is gonna just damsel in distress, like something's just gonna pop out of nowhere and save you from everything. Oh my gosh, I've been struggling so much, but something is gonna happen. Let's just relationships. The girl that doesn't like you is just gonna suddenly come back to you liking you. The person that doesn't like you suddenly coming back wants to have sex with you right now. That's what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? That false hope never happens, but we play this fantasy that something that is not pulling, that we're not getting something back from, is going to magically change its mind one day and benefit us. Now, this is also applied to like, okay, I have this one song I really want to push, and this song is not getting feedback from people. But I'm hoping for a miracle for their song. And I've realized that whenever we're in the mindset of hoping for a miracle, the miracle never happens. I feel like the biggest miracles in my life have happened when I'm so not focused on getting a miracle because I'm so focused on preparing for a miracle not to happen that I've created so many options. And what I mean by that is like we want we can always succeed. I believe you can succeed in finding love, in getting the career, doing full time, but you are not necessarily going to spot the special people, or sorry, know or spot the special people. They're going to be the people you don't expect, and it's only going to show with time. Same with the special moments that are going to succeed with you. And if you're ever in a position, this is what at least my whole life has shown me. If you're ever in a position where you feel like you're just pulling more than somebody else, and it feels like this pull, you're pulling a lot, and the other person isn't pulling back, or there's a piece of content and you're shoving it in people's throats, and it's not reciprocating. It's the same thing. Like when you're doing a lot for something, and I wouldn't generalize this to the aspect of music, right? Of this is your music. You should quit music because it's not working out. I'm talking more specific things within the field of what you're doing. If you really like a girl, she doesn't like you back. That doesn't mean you give up on love, but you probably should give up on that girl. And if that song is really not working, then you should find another song to promote, or really do something with. But you can kind of feel the impact of what you do, and don't gaslight yourself for what that feeling is. Don't just trust that feeling, I think, is what I wish I would have told myself. Like, there's so many pieces of content, they weren't going to work. I put them out, I pushed them and shoved them in people's faces, and it didn't do anything. I was fighting with quicksand, dude. And the biggest moments for me that hit millions or hundreds of thousands of views, I didn't feel like I was shoving it in somebody's face. I just did it. I didn't have much expectation for it. And even the girls that like me back in my life, like in that side of my world, when I didn't feel like I was pulling just so hard to get anything, that's when things work. And every time I felt like in life I was pulling so hard to make something go a certain way, it didn't go that way the more I pulled. So I think the life can be very easy if we just let go of what's not working. But letting go of that takes a lot of ego and detachment and stuff like that. So it's hard to let go. But if you continue to experiment with when it comes to people, when it comes to friends, when it comes to relationships, when it comes to music, and stop falling in love of your narrative of how it's going to work out because you don't know, and just continue to reward what's working and not reward what isn't working, then you're probably going to do well. I mean, you hear a lot of toxic relationships where there's not enough working on either side, but people have this false hope that things are going to change. And I think after a certain while, you can kind of see how things are. Now, I think people take this concept I'm describing and generalize it too much of like, you should quit on the general aspect of what you're doing, like love, or you should quit music, instead of just quitting the specific thing you're doing and pivoting. I'm never a guy or a person to tell someone to quit their dreams. But there's a million ways to achieve your dream. And you probably should quit the way you're doing if it's not working. But there's a million other ways that you haven't tried. I'm never a guy to tell you to quit your dream just because method A, method B, and method C didn't work. What about method D to Z, right? But if you just fall in love with, oh my God, method A is going to work one day, and you just keep doing it and it's not working, then you got to face the facts of like, this is not getting me to where I want to be. And same with people. And I think it's just the only thing that makes it so hard to detach from things that aren't working is we just have this false hope. And I think it comes from a low self-esteem, and I have it too. It's like you want somebody who you want to prove that you're good enough for people and things that don't like you. You want to prove that ideas are good enough when they're not getting, represented. You want to prove that you can one day win people's approval. And you can't. But you can find the people who do approve you. It's this false hope that maybe things can go the way I want if I brute force it enough, and they can't. But if you go into what you really want, you can make things go that way. Because you think you want this video to do well. You don't need it to do well. You think you want this specific girl to like you. You don't need them to. You just need someone to like you. You need somebody to watch you. Every view counts the same in the CRM, bro. In the analytics, every view pays the same. You just need someone to watch you. You need someone to like you. You don't need this person to feel this way about you exactly to a T. And I think that that's the expectation we have, dude. I have that expectation as well. I want to make it by June 2026. I definitely can make it by June 2026, but I don't need every single thing to work out the exact way I want to get there. I just need to continue to detach from what's not working and invest into what is. So it's hard. It's easier said than done for sure. But I've never had a single time in my life where using that brute force effect on something that didn't work magically made it work. I've never had that. Every time something has worked, it rewarded me early on for the little amount of effort I put into it. The big video that got 1 million views, it felt effortless. I did one thing, it got rewarded. I trolled the contest, it got rewarded. So I trolled it again, got rewarded. It was not me trying to force an idea. And I think most of the things, the people we interact with, the content we create is not special. It's not going to have that effortless feeling. But instead of trying to make it special, just take your L and find the next piece of content that's special. Take your L when you don't have a special relationship with somebody. They don't like you in a way that feels like it's, effortless, and move on to the next person. And if it really matters, it'll come back to you, bro. If it really matters, it'll blow up out of nowhere. But there's nothing you should be doing to save these things that are not working your way and not rewarding you. Keep prospecting for ideas and people instead of trying to change the people you have.